Did you catch that moment? Because if you blinked during the Valentine Special, you might have missed the exact second the internet collectively gasped. It was playful, it was unexpected, it was bold. And it was 100% Subeen, being Subeen. When Subeen confidently called himself Heesun's pet during the Valentine Special, the entire room reacted. But let's be honest, it wasn't the laughter or the teasing that became the real headline. It was Heesun's facial expression. That split-second reaction. That micro-smile. That blink. That pause. That was the moment that truly stole the spotlight. Warmest regards to all our amazing K-Star Trend family watching right now. If you love catching these tiny but powerful K-entertainment moments before everyone else, you are absolutely in the right place. Because today, we're breaking down the scene that has fans replaying the clip over and over again, zooming in, slowing it down, and asking the same question. What was really going on in that room? Let's set the atmosphere. The Valentine Special was already filled with playful tension, soft lighting, romantic decor, and that subtle pressure that comes when cameras are rolling and emotions are just a little closer to the surface. Everyone was dressed to impress. Everyone was slightly more expressive than usual. And everyone knew that Valentine episodes always bring surprises. But no one expected Subeen to lean into that moment the way he did. The conversation had been light. It was teasing about who prepared what. Someone joked about chocolate, another laughed about secret gifts, and then, almost out of nowhere, Subeen tilted his head slightly, flashed that mischievous grin, and declared himself Heesun's pet. Not boyfriend, not admirer, not partner, pet. The room froze for half a second. Then came the laughter. Some of it was shocked laughter. Some of it was the kind that happens when someone crosses into bold territory, and you're not sure if they're joking, but you're also not sure they're not joking. But here's the thing. Subeen didn't look embarrassed. He didn't immediately backtrack. He didn't wave it off. He leaned into it. He smiled wider. He looked at Heesun as if waiting for her reaction, and that's where everything changed. Heesun's face. Oh, that face. For just a brief moment, her expression shifted. Her eyes widened slightly. Her lips parted as if she was about to respond but decided against it. Then came that subtle smile, not the loud, exaggerated variety, but the kind that creeps in before you can stop it. It wasn't outrage. It wasn't awkwardness. It wasn't full-blown amusement either. It was layered. Fans immediately began analyzing. Was she flustered? Was she surprised? Was she secretly pleased? Or was she trying very hard to maintain composure under the spotlight? Because here's what makes moments like this so powerful. It's not the words, it's the reaction. Subeen calling himself her pet might sound playful, but culturally and emotionally that word carries a tone of devotion. It implies loyalty. It suggests attachment. It hints at willingly choosing to stay close, to follow, to adore, to be claimed in a humorous but affectionate way. And the fact that he chose that specific word during a Valentine Special, that wasn't random. Let's talk about Subeen for a second. He has always balanced confidence with charm. He knows how to deliver a line. He knows how to create a moment. But this wasn't just performance energy. His tone was softer. His gaze lingered just a little longer than usual. And if you watch the clip closely, his body language leans toward Heesun after he says it, almost subconsciously. Now let's talk about Heesun. She's known for composure. She doesn't overreact easily. She keeps her expressions controlled, especially in front of cameras. Which is exactly why that tiny crack in her composure spoke volumes. When someone who is normally steady shows even a flicker of surprise, it becomes amplified. The other cast members tried to tease them immediately. You could hear someone joking, another clapping dramatically, someone else repeating the word pet in disbelief. But while the room moved on, viewers didn't. That clip became the clip. Social media exploded within minutes. Edits appeared with slow-motion zoom-ins, heartbeat sound effects were added. Fans compared her reaction frame by frame. Some said her eyes sparkled. Others claimed she bit her lip to suppress a smile. There were even side-by-side comparisons of her reaction to other confessions in previous episodes. Because when you're invested in chemistry, every micro-expression matters. Was it scripted? That's the question some skeptics asked. But here's what makes it feel authentic: unpredictability. If it were staged, the reactions would have been cleaner, smoother, less chaotic. Instead, we saw overlapping laughter, awkward pauses, and genuine surprise. That's real television gold. The power dynamic in that moment also fascinated viewers. By calling himself her pet, Subeen flipped the expected romantic hierarchy. Instead of presenting himself as dominant or cool, he leaned into playful submission. It takes confidence to do that publicly. It takes comfort to risk embarrassment for the sake of affection. And Heesun didn't shut it down. She didn't say, "Don't say that." She didn't correct him. She didn't laugh it off dismissively. She simply reacted, and that reaction carried softness. Let's examine the silence after the laughter. There was a brief pause before the conversation shifted. In that pause, Subeen was still looking at her, waiting, almost hopeful. That kind of sustained eye contact isn't accidental. Some fans believe this was the most honest moment of the entire special. Valentine episodes often encourage exaggerated romance, but this wasn't grand. It wasn't dramatic music and rose petals. It was a single unexpected word and a face that couldn't fully hide what it felt, and that's why it's unforgettable. It's easy to overlook how much courage it takes to express affection in a room full of cameras and peers. Subeen chose humor as his shield. Humor is safe. If it fails, you can say you were joking. If it lands, it reveals truth. So was he joking? That's the magic of ambiguity. Heesun's reaction suggests she understood the deeper layer. She didn't look confused. She looked aware. There's a difference. And when you watch their previous interactions, this moment feels like a natural progression. The teasing had been building. The comfort had been growing. The glances had been increasing. This wasn't isolated. It was a spark landing on dry leaves. Some viewers noticed that after the pet comment, Heesun adjusted her posture slightly towards Subeen. A subtle shift, but noticeable. Physical orientation can reveal interest. Psychologists often say people angle their bodies toward those they feel connected to, and in that scene, she did. Coincidence? Maybe. But K-fans are detectives. Another detail that caught attention was the timing. Valentine's Day is symbolic. It amplifies emotion. Words spoken in that atmosphere feel heavier. If he had said it during a regular episode, it might have passed as simple banter. But during a Valentine Special, it hit differently. The word pet also sparked debate online. Some found it cute, others called it daring. A few labeled it risky. But almost everyone agreed on one thing: it made the episode unforgettable. Subeen's tone matters too. He didn't shout it. He didn't perform it loudly. It was almost casual, which made it even more intimate. Intimacy doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, and Heesun heard it. Her eyes softened after the initial shock. That softness lingered for a few seconds longer than most people realized. If you replay the clip, you'll see it, that microsecond where her guard drops. Moments like this are why reality television thrives. Not because of scripted drama, but because of human unpredictability. Because you can't fake micro-expressions convincingly for long. The body always tells a story. Fans are now asking, was this a turning point? Did this moment mark a shift in their dynamic? Future episodes will likely reveal more. But even if nothing dramatic follows, this single exchange has already secured its place in fan compilations. There's something undeniably charming about a confident person willingly calling themselves someone's pet. It signals devotion without pressure. It invites laughter while hinting at sincerity. It's playful, but it's also revealing. And Heesun's reaction didn't reject it. That's the detail that keeps fans hopeful. Some viewers noticed that later in the episode, their interactions felt slightly different, lighter, more comfortable. Was that because the tension had been acknowledged? Possibly. Sometimes once something is said out loud, even jokingly, it clears the air. And let's not ignore the editing. The camera lingered on Heesun's face just long enough for viewers to catch that shift. Editors know when they have gold. They don't cut away from authentic reactions, which means production knew it was a moment. But the authenticity came from them. Subeen took a risk, Heesun revealed a flicker of vulnerability, and the room reacted in real time. That's magic. To everyone watching right now, tell us honestly, what did you think her expression meant? Was she flustered? Was she amused? Or was she secretly touched? Drop your thoughts in the comments because the fan theories are getting more creative by the minute. And if you're loving these deep dives into the tiny details that everyone else misses, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to K-Star Trend so you never miss a moment that could change the narrative overnight. Your support keeps us analyzing every blink, every smile, and every bold confession. Because in K Entertainment, history isn't always made with grand gestures. Sometimes it's made with one daring word and one unforgettable expression. And that Valentine Special, it gave us exactly that.